This first lady started out as a discrimination lawyer and hated every minute of it. Between the long hours and lack of ethics in the industry, she was ready to work for a company that she believed in. A client told her about ACN, and she was instantly intrigued and knew this could lead to the life that she had been dreaming about. With no sales background, she dove in and soon realized that this was not a company that merely sold something, it was a company that stood for something. And after 16 years, she has been able to find freedom, and now instead of spending long hours at the office, she can spend that time with her husband and her son. Her goal for the future is to build a team that represents everything ACN represents: integrity, opportunity, and success, all while maintaining their character. ACN has changed her life in ways she never thought possible. She found God and finally saw the morals and values she had been craving in her previous career. So please help us promote to the position of Senior Vice President, Leanne and Michael Gabriel.
I just want to share, I was really, I was lost as a lawyer because it was the lack of ethics more than anything else that was so horrible. So I looked at ACN and I saw an opportunity to make enough money to get out. And that's really all it was in the beginning. And then I came to a convention and I'd never felt anything like this. How many of you understand that, right? And I thought, this is what I want my life to be about being here and being in this culture and empowering people. It was everything I dreamed of. And the only problem was I didn't do very well at ACN. So, I got started and it just seemed like everybody made it look so easy, but it was never easy for me, to be very honest with you. And, everybody said no to me, and I just had a terrible experience getting started. I couldn't get promoted quickly, and it just seemed like everybody was passing me, and people would say things, I remember Mr. Greg Provenzano would always say on stage, you're only one rep away from everything turning around, and part of me was like, thank goodness he said that. Part of me was like, I hate when he says that, because he can't quit, So then I kept going in the business, and you'd hear things, it's like it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. How many of you heard that, And I was like, okay, I've been running the marathon for a long time, and it seems like everyone's sprinting past me. And then I wanted it so badly. And I would come to the conventions, and I would just pray that one day I could be like all those people that were so inspiring. But they just flew through the business, So ironically, this is amazing, this weekend I read a John Maxwell book called Thinking for a Change. And there was a piece in there that told me to go on a personal growth diet. So for 30 days, I would get up every morning and listen to 30 minutes of personal growth. And all of a sudden, the people who said no to me didn't really matter because they were just somebody saying no. And I just started feeling differently and talking differently. And then, I had been on this marathon for a while, and I had blisters on my feet, and I was tired, and I had a side cramp from running for so long. And then I thought, I can do this. And I put my little iPod in, and I started kind of trying to go down the marathon, and all of a sudden, things started to change. And then I looked up one day, and Debbie and Jen MacGyver were there, and they wanted to run with me, and I got pretty excited about that. So we started running together, and then all these other people started running with us, and people started running with us, and then I looked up and I saw, Dawn Connolly and Nancy Holzman, and they showed up with a tracksuit on. They're like, oh, we can knock this thing out, no problem, right? Okay, so, we were just running, and one phenomenal person after another came into my team. But here's the lesson I learned. It took so long for them to show up because honestly, I wasn't ready. And I wanted to be ready. And I wanted to be all those things. But I had a lot to work on. So sometimes if it's not happening for you, it's because God's trying to get you in a place where you're ready for the right people to show up. So, if you're a fellow marathon runner out there, I want to give you a couple tips. I never miss a national. You can't miss a national. That's like sitting down when you're on the race, and if you sit down, all you feel is the pain and your muscles stiffen and you lose the vision and you can't even see the finish line anymore. So you have to stay, even if you're just barely walking and your side hurts, if you keep moving in the same direction, you come to every national. Each time you're gonna grow. And here's the other thing I learned. When you're running and your side hurts, right? If you go like this and you look down, all you see are your ankles are swollen and you're tired. But if you look up and you take a breath, you'll see God trying to pull you forward. And by the way, here's the best part. When you get to the end of the race, all the people that you thought were just superhuman, the crazy part is they're all there and they've been waiting for you. And then when you turn around, there's all these other people that are waiting for you and they want to follow you. So my message to you is you cannot quit, because quitting will define you. And if you decide that you are not somebody who will quit, then God will help you through the process. But if you quit, you'll quit. If you can quit on this environment, you'll quit on everything. If you stay here, your children will look up to you, your team will look up to you, and you could truly make a difference. I thank you so much for your time.
Well, Leanne has become one of my best friends, not just in ACN, but in life. And her promotion, it couldn't happen to a better person. She's a phenomenal leader, a great wife, great mom, unbelievable mentor, and a great friend. I'm so excited about her promotion, and the future for her in ACN is very, very bright. Well, one day someone is going to really hear about her story, her real story. You only get a few minutes to share at the convention, but if you knew the ups and downs that she had to go through, some of the struggles, it is an inspiring story. And she is like the train that could. She just kept going, kept moving, had to build and rebuild, and now she's got a solid organization who really respect her. She's a leader's leader. She is, to me, one of the top leaders, not just in ACN, but in network marketing. And she's an inspiration to all of us.